As I stand here and try to sum up 2 years of my time here, I'm compelled to reflect back on the journey that brought me here. I somehow decided to pack up my comfortable life with a great paycheck, the love and support of my family and friends, relationships that had taken decades to set a stronghold in my heart, which I had to nurture through so many trials. I ripped apart that fabric and left myself completely naked. But you know what? This story is not unique and it's not one of a kind. Anyone who has ever left their home in search of the unknown knows this feeling. All of you know this feeling. My father grew up in acute poverty, where he had no choice but to leave his home at the age of 16 and move across country to another state with 20 cents in his pocket. He started working as a laborer for businessmen, which he chose only because they offered him 2 meals a day. Later, when he worked his way up to becoming an assistant photographer in a studio, he discovered that it was something he actually enjoyed. But enjoyment was not a luxury that he could afford, because every decision that he made was made through the lens of what it would mean for my future. Every opportunity that was denied to him became a door that he was determined to open for me. He only knew his native tongue Bengali and learned English after every tiring day at work. So the infamous elevator pitch that you, me, all of us, we spent hours prepping, my dad used to write words on a scrap piece of paper and read them out aloud to himself. His own hands calloused by labor, while mine would only know the gentler touch of paintbrush, pen, and paper. He made sure that his daughter would receive the best English medium education, so that she would not fumble, so that when she spoke, she could with the unwavering and unshakable faith that she belonged. When I told him about my decision to leave for masters and come to the States, he did not listen to society, which firmly believed that it was my time to settle down and get married. He did not listen. He only knew that his daughter, his eldest, should have the strength and the belief to shift the will of destiny if she set her mind to it. Coming to the States meant leaving behind the familiar soil where my roots had grown strong. The challenge hit me with full force, and it tested every fiber of my being. And every step forward that I was taking, it felt like I was standing on the edge of this precipice. It was terrifying and yet thrilling. Throughout all of this, I remained standing somehow. Not because I was exceptionally strong, but because the foundation that my parents had built for me, it ran deeper than any ocean I had ever crossed. The first few months were tough, but then things started to change when I received my first internship at George Mason Fiscal Services. To my supervisor, Rob Faber, and his team of Aileen Miller and Brent Moroz. You saw something in me that I had temporarily lost sight of. While you insist you hired me because I was talented and qualified, what you gave me was a mirror which reflected the person I had forgotten I could be. And for that, I can never thank you enough. Thank you. I'm filled with gratitude and respect, not just for the people, but also for the institution. Because it has given me every opportunity to explore and exert myself. From leading the Google Developer Group to being selected at the Mason Student Innovator Exchange Program, I have had the opportunity to develop critical skills in leadership, team management, and develop strong relationship with my peers. And those opportunities were not just limited to academia. So as someone who had never seen opera before, I was captivated by the show The Japanese Butterfly, which was held right here in the Mason Center of Arts. And I since became a regular. The student entry allowed me to explore a plethora of diverse art forms. It broadened my perspective, enriched my creativity, and deepened my appreciation for the different ways in which human culture and imagination could be explored. And this, my friends, is where my story intersects with all of yours. The fact that you are here today is proof that you persevered. You're already one of the few in the world to graduate from a university. Our individual journeys may differ, but we share this one single pivotal moment of achievement. And I want to congratulate you all for it. I hope that when we go out in the world and make the choice of being anything that we can be, we remember all of those who came before us, the sacrifices that they made, and what a privilege it is to have this moment. Today, as we stand at this threshold of what was and what will be, I am reminded of just how fortunate we are. Our education, our opportunities, our very presence here today, these aren't just achievements. These are gifts that are made possible by countless others who believed in our potential far before we could even imagine it ourselves. Because the truth is this: the world needs us to remember that true success is not measured by what we accumulate, it is measured by what we contribute. As we move forward, I want you to carry this perspective in a poem that has been captured beautifully. It is inspired from a Hindi language movie, Swadesh. It translates to my country. The roof above, the walls so tight, a quiet bed to rest at night. We call it small, we call it bare. Someone out there calls it rare. The food we waste, the time we kill, another praise for just a fill. The steps we take with careless ease are dreams for those with wounded knees. We chase the stars, we crave for more, while someone knocks on every door. Their whispered wish, their silent plea, is just the life we live so free. So when we sigh in dull despair and curse the weight so hard to bear, pause and see the truth unseen. We are living another's dream. As we leave this chapter and begin writing the next, let us remember this truth. Let us approach our lives not just with ambition, but with gratitude. And not just with the goal of success, but with commitment to significance. Because when we recognize that we are living the dreams of those who came before us, dreams that began in places of hardship with nothing but hopes in their pockets, we are determined to make those dreams worth every sacrifice. My father crossed state lines with 20 cents and limitless determination. I crossed oceans carried by his belief. And now we must all ask ourselves, what boundaries are we willing to cross for those who come after us? Congratulations, class of 2025. Congratulations. May we go forward remembering that we stand at the intersection of sacrifice and opportunity, and that the road that we choose from here determines not just our story, but stories possible for generations to come. May we recognize that the true measure of our education is not what we've learned, but what we choose to do with that learning in a world hungry for compassion and change. Thank you.